Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, the Mighty Bjorn, and today I have for you another Outer Worlds character build video. And today I am presenting to you the Sniper. Let's begin, shall we? So I'm going to start off here with a little bit of history, talk a little bit about the character background, a little bit about the tactics and things of that nature. So let's dive on in. The Sniper was born in an agricultural family. She spent her youth helping her mother with cooking and cleaning, and she would help her father at times with keeping the farm equipment running. She would also help with the harvesting when she had gotten older. However, her real gift was shooting and sneaking around. She used to sneak up on her mother to scare her for entertainment. When the Sniper reached the age of 8, her father would teach her how to use firearms, as well as hunting and fishing. By the age of 12, the Sniper was already a well known marksman in her province, as she had already won 2 out of 3 province shooting competitions for rifle shooting. At the age of 15, while hunting, her rifle had failed to fire, and it was said that she had to sneak up on a deer that she intended to kill. It is said that she had to sneak in an open field for 300 meters and killed the deer with her knife. By the age of 18, she would enlist in the military, where she would go to operational sniper school. When she finished at the top of her class and moved on to long range precision school, where she would once again finish at the top of her class. When she would return for the last time at the age of 19. Her family was very proud of her achievements. She would later receive orders, and during her deployment, her father would pass away from cancer. Her mother would pass away actually just a few months later. The Sniper would spend the next 10 years going from operation to operation, and she was finally selected for the Hope program. She would later be placed in cryostasis for the Journey of the Hope. That cryostasis would last for 70 years, where she would find herself released from cryostasis by Dr. Phineas Wells. Now we're going to talk a bit about the tactics here really quick. Everything is based around using long guns such as sniper rifles, especially scoped weaponry, and stealth and sneaking. This is a character that's built to be used solo, so there's no bullet points on what characters or what companions she would best blend with. And actually, honestly, with that in mind, you could do the companion quest, but I really wouldn't care to do them, to be honest. Maybe some of them at most. Um, but everything here is built around stealth, and as I said, using long guns, and even also using the tactical time mode, which we're going to dive into now with her skills and perks. Let's start off with the attributes, where her strength is average. I raised her dexterity by 1 point, her intelligence by 2 points, her perception by 3 points. And I would not raise her charm and temperament. I gave her medical technician, which gives her a +1 to medical. And the reason I did that is because she would actually have that kind of medical training to be able to at least treat her wounds out in the field, because of the fact that she's supposed to be a long range solo sniper. Um, the skills I would specialize in would be ranged and stealth. And the primary skills of focus would be long guns, as those are sniper rifles, sneak, which is based around sneaking and getting closer to your target, and medical. As secondary skills, I would use handguns, persuade, lockpick, and engineering. And engineering is mostly so she can maintain her body armor in the field, as well as her weaponry. Handguns for a close quarter defense weapon. Persuade, because I feel this character would actually use persuasion more than anything else over lie and intimidate, as the character would not want to draw any attention to herself. And then finally, lockpicks to sneak into areas that the character normally might, another type of character could not normally get into. Also, with that in mind, with this being around sniper rifles, I chose light armor as the primary armor of focus and would not go past that armor. I actually did never have bothered putting medium armor on the character. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the perks. What I'll do is I'll pop the screen up here, give you a few moments to grab a screenshot so you know where the perks are located on the chart. The yellow perks are the perks I would actually suggest for the build, while the other ones are, the yellow ones are the recommended perks for the build, more or less. Those are the ones you definitely really want to grab to make the build work. And then the red ones are suggested perks, which are perks that are more of a quality of life type of thing. But okay, by now you should have a screenshot. Let's take it back on over to here so you'll at least watch some footage of me doing something other than just sitting around staring at a picture. Okay, so we're going to start with the tier 1. I would recommend Slow the World. The maximum tactical time mode meter is increased by 25%. Tactical time is very useful for blinding your enemies, limbing your enemies, and things of that nature. Plus, it allows you to get a much better stabilized shot at long ranges, especially at moving targets. Lone Wolf, when alone, damage when alone is increased by 25%. This is a build that's based around being alone and stealthy. High maintenance. Armor and weapon durability loss is slowed by 25%. So consider this 25% more durability to your weapons and armor. And that's just, I feel that's just kind of necessary, as you could be out along the field for long periods of time. And sniper rifles, for some odd reason to me, does not have a very good durability. However, they are very powerful weapons. So you don't really take all that many shots with them. But when you're using it as a primary weapon, you're definitely going to be putting some wear and tear on it quickly. And you want to keep it in top shape to get the most performance out of said weaponry. Suggested tier 1 perks. I recommend Toughness, which increases her base health by 50%. And then Resilience, which increases her armor base rating by 5. Character built on light armor, sooner or later you are going to take hits, although you're going to try to do what you can to avoid that. But it's going to help when you do take a couple hits here and there. Okay, so let's move on to tier 2. At tier 2, I recommend the Reaper. Tactical time mode restored by 25% per kill. So that's actually kind of handy. Once again, keep that tactical time mode up. And Scanner. Bonus headshot weak spot damage is increased by 20%, which is, that's kind of like the sniper's thing to have, basically you're aiming for weak spots when you're sniping. So you want to try and get that extra damage to get those kills quicker. You don't want people looking for you when you're sneaking around. Okay, now my suggested at tier 2 is Harvester. Health restored per kill is increased by 15%. Soliloquy, which is a dialogue skills increased by 10 when alone. So that's actually kind of a handy thing. This is a lone-based character, and that also allows you to get better interactions while also saving skill points to get those better interactions. And the Collector. Interactable highlight range is increased by 5 meters. This is more or less when you're looking at computers, looking at items such as food or weaponry, whatever. This should actually help you out finding ammo. This character is going to be a character build that's reliant on actually heavy ammo. So you're going to be definitely spending a lot of money on heavy ammunition. So you definitely want to find things to sell. Plus you want to increase your chances of just finding heavy ammo. At tier 3 for the build, I recommend Confidence. Your next attack after killing an enemy is a guaranteed critical hit. This works with sniper rifles just as well as anything else. And this will help you increase your chances of one-shot kills, especially after you get a kill. So that's going to be one of those handy little things. Very quality of life there, but I feel it's very required for the build. Solo Sneaker, detection radius of enemies decreased by 33%. This will help you with sneaking around, as you actually have to be at a closer range before they can even start possibly detecting you. Plus, you're already going to have a high sneak skill. Basically, you're going to get up to the point where you can pretty well sneak up on someone and knife them. The next one I recommend is Boom Headshot. Headshot kills deal 25% damage to enemies within 2.5 meters. Basically, you create a headshot, you kill the enemy, their head explodes, and basically enemies within 2.5 meters takes additional damage from said headshot. So that's actually kind of a nice handy little thing there, although it's not overly powerful. Steady Hand. Ranged weapon sway and movement penalty to accuracy decreased by 100% after killing an enemy. This is to kind of make you a more sharp-based sniper. And the final perk is Armor Master. This is one I would actually suggest. Armor rating bonus increased by 10% and skill bonus increased by 100% from a worn armor. Now, this is going to help you out more with stealth, because personally I would either run armor or long guns, because personally I would actually run an armor where its skill-based bonus is either going to be stealth or long guns. But so there you go, folks. That is the sniper build. I'm not sure what else to really cover about it here. I feel it's a pretty solid build. I actually really enjoyed it. I found the build to actually be very powerful very early, and not actually have many moments where the build started to feel like it was weakening. It was pretty solid straight through the gameplay. And yeah, sniper rifles are very powerful weapons, but you definitely want to keep a range. When killing opponents, as a tip, when killing opponents, try to figure out what opponents are actually ranged attack opponents and which ones are melee-based opponents. As you saw there, I took actually out the 2 ranged opponents first. And then by the time the enemy reacted, they were down to using melee opponents. And because of the distance, I had plenty of time to kill them. I didn't have to run away. Another tip may be to run away, let the enemy cool down, and reapproach the enemy and snipe them again. But anyway, folks, I say that generally covers the sniper. The character was based off of actually Thomas Becket, which was a character in a movie called Sniper. Actually, is in multiple versions, played by Tom Berenger. But yeah, so there you go. That's the sniper build. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the video. Hit the like button if you did, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you know when more Outer Worlds character build replays go live. I do have more planned yet. But yeah, once again, thank you for watching, and hopefully you all have a very enjoyable week.